It is impossible to ignore the Jays excitement in the city. Mayor John Tory joins us again. Have you been to any Jays games recently?
Not recently, not since. In fact, to be honest, my team at the office urged me to go yesterday, and I said I didn't want to look like I was jumping on a bandwagon. And people know I'm a fan, a huge sports fan, and a Jays fan, and I thought they'd also think I was slacking off. I mean, it was at 12:30 in the afternoon, and I'm supposed to be working, which I was. But I watch every game as much as I can. You know, sometimes late at night I see the end of the games, and it's hard not to be excited. The city this summer, between Pan Am, Parapan, all the stuff going on in Nathan Phillips Square and the Jays, I mean, everybody is just feeling so good about the city, which is great because there's a lot to feel good about.
An amazing feeling. Do you have any predictions for the Jays? I've got to ask you.
No, I'm never going to do that. I would hex them. I did say yesterday that when it came to some of our road and subway closures in late September, I was going to have to take another look at that just in case there were things going on around here that caused us to not want to have subways closed down for repairs. So that's as far as I took it.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Parapan Am wrapping up. We're in the final stretch here. What an incredible, not just Parapan, but the Pan Am Games, the whole excitement. What's it been like from the city's perspective? Well,
it's been great because I think for a number of reasons. I mean, the athletes have been superb, and the Parapan athletes in particular. I had a chance to go up to the track at York University, the swimming pool, a couple of days ago. These are extraordinary people doing extraordinary things, and I think it's inspired a lot of people, including a lot of kids, which I think is wonderful. I hope it's going to change some attitudes about employment and about a whole lot of things. But the whole city, if you look at who the second star has been after the athletes, it's been the volunteers. And everybody's sort of come alive in the city. Thousands of people have sort of mobilized to be ambassadors and to sell their city and be proud of their city. I think the reason the Toronto sign is so big is because people have always been proud of Toronto, but they never really wanted to say it. I don't know why.
Well, people were freaking out yesterday when they saw the letters being moved.
My office, I mean, started to get these calls in the morning, like they start to flood in. What's going on with the sign? I don't know whether people are watching all day to see this going on, but they were just moving it for the closing ceremonies, which are happening there. By the way, they did leave the words R-O-N out for a while. People were like, who's Ron? Why is his name in front of City Hall? And we should have had Sarah's name up there. Is that her name?
Sarah.
Where did she go anyway?
I don't know. She disappeared.
But you know, but that's typical of the fact people are proud of that sign. So the minute you start to move it, people are going, "What are you doing with that sign?" I hope that feeling continues because that's a great thing for the city to get us all to sort of realize what we've got going here. It's the same week a story comes out telling us again, this is the most livable city in the world. And I take that as a challenge because I think we have to keep it that way. But the bottom line is we live in a great place, and the Pan Am Games have sort of proven that to ourselves as well as to people from 41 other countries.
Sure. I've got to ask you this, and I know we've got to wait for it to wrap, but Olympic bid, are we any closer to thinking that this could happen? Well,
no, because I've said we will wait till these games are over and then study the issue carefully instead of just making kind of, even a positive knee-jerk reaction is a knee-jerk reaction where you say, well, we all feel so good, let's bid for the Olympics. It's not that simple. I mean, it's expensive, it's complicated, it's distracting from things. There are some good things where you might get some infrastructure out of it, and of course it would be very exciting. But that's no reason to make a decision, you know, all by itself. You got to study it, look at the facts, and that's what I said I'll do, and we have until September 15th. Only.
It's coming up.
But we have until then, and we'll take the time to do it properly.
Okay, and we'll be watching. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Okay, and we're going to go upstairs now. Russ Holden, he's a big baseball fan. I think he goes to every game.
Do you know, I don't know how old that man, I mean, I know how old I am. He has to be even a year or two older than me because I worked with him in 1972.
Did you?
At Rogers
He never says his age on air, though.
No, I think he's about 54.
54.
Just 54,
that's good. I'll go with 54.
Okay. Well, I'm not.
Yeah, I started earlier than that, John. Yeah, it was a while ago.